not going to rush coming back. It's just not worth it. But
yeah, if she says not going to rush coming back and she's being reevaluated the weekend, she's not playing that Atlanta Dream game.
What's good, basketball fans? Welcome back to the DX Hoop, where we dive deep into the stories that shake up the sports world. Today, we're talking about the story that's got every WNBA fan buzzing. Caitlin Clark's injury, her silence, and the bombshell update she just dropped that's changing how we see her entire season. If you thought you knew what was going on with the Indiana Fever superstar, think again. This is raw, this is real, and it's going to hit you in ways you didn't expect. So grab your snacks, hit that subscribe button, and let's unpack what Caitlin Clark just revealed. Because it's bigger than basketball. What's good, basketball fans? Welcome back, where we dive deep into the stories that shake up the sports world. Today, we're talking about the story that's got every WNBA fan buzzing, Caitlin Clark's injury, her silence, and the bombshell update she just dropped that's changing how we see her entire season.
obviously, adrenaline covers up a lot of stuff when you're in the heat of battle. And after the game, I had some pain, and then got an MRI, and that kind of gave me the result that I didn't want to see. But those type of things don't lie. So yeah.
Happened during a game or anything, or is it just something that was lingering that popped up? Or?
It happened in the Liberty game. Yeah.
If you thought you knew what was going on with the Indiana Fever's superstar, think again. This is raw, this is real, and it's going to hit you in ways you didn't expect. So grab your snacks, hit that subscribe button, and let's unpack what Caitlin Clark just revealed. Because it's bigger than basketball. That's when the red flags start waving. Clark, still in her post-game routine, starts to feel it. The pain lingers, grows, becomes impossible to ignore. She heads to the medical team and they don't waste time. Tests are run, evaluations are made, and then comes the big one, an MRI. For any athlete, those three letters MRI carry weight. They're the moment of truth, the scan that doesn't lie. And when the results come back, Clark's heart sinks. Not the result I wanted to see, she says later, her voice steady but heavy with disappointment. She doesn't share the specifics, but she doesn't need to. The look in her eyes, the way she carries herself, it says enough. Something's wrong, and just like that, Caitlin Clark, the WNBA's biggest rising star, is sidelined. Here's where things get wild. In the days following the injury, there's no big press conference, no official statement from the Fever, no viral post from Clark herself, just silence. And in that silence, the basketball world does what it does best. It starts talking. Social media explodes with speculation. X posts, Reddit threads, YouTube breakdowns, everyone's got a theory. Is Clark more hurt than the team's letting on? Is the WNBA hiding something to protect their golden goose? Some fans are convinced she's already planning a comeback, while others whisper about secret surgeries or season-ending injuries. The lack of information becomes its own story, and the rumors start spinning out of control. You've got analysts on national sports shows debating whether Clark pushed herself too hard, whether her college-to-pro transition was too much too fast. You've got ex-users claiming the Fever are downplaying the injury to keep ticket sales up. And then there are the wild conspiracy theories. Everything from she's being pressured by sponsors to return early to the league doesn't want her stealing the spotlight. It's the kind of noise that fills the void when a star like Clark goes quiet. And through it all, she stays silent, letting the world speculate while she focuses on something else entirely, her recovery. Let's be real. When a player like Caitlin Clark goes down, it's not just a story, it's a saga. Fans were freaking out, and honestly, I get it. She's not just a player, she's a phenomenon. From her record-breaking college career to her instant impact in the WNBA, Clark's the kind of athlete who changes the game. So when she disappears from the court, it's not just about basketball, it's personal. People wanted answers, and they weren't getting them. But here's the thing. While the world was losing its mind, Clark was doing something different. She was working, healing, and preparing for what's next. And when she finally broke her silence, it wasn't what anyone expected. This week, after days of speculation and uncertainty, Caitlin Clark finally spoke up. No hype, no drama, just her raw and real, addressing the questions that had been swirling for too long. And what she said didn't just clear the air. It gave us a glimpse into the mind of a player who's battling more than just an injury. Let's break it down. First, the update on her health. Clark confirmed she's being reevaluated this weekend, a critical step in her recovery process. That's the first concrete timeline we've heard from her or the Fever. But here's where it gets interesting. She's not locking in a return date. No promises of playing in Tuesday's game against the Atlanta Dream. No bold predictions about a comeback. Instead, she's taking it day by day. Those three words might sound simple, But for someone like Clark, someone who lives for the game, who thrives on competition, they're huge. They're a sign of restraint, of maturity, a player who knows the stakes are bigger than one game or one season. Clark didn't mince words. "It's just not worth it," she said when asked about rushing back. That's not the Caitlin Clark we're used to, the one who plays with reckless abandon, who drains logo threes with the game on the line, who never seems to slow down. But this version of Clark, she's thinking long-term. One wrong move, one rushed return, and she risks setting herself back, not just for this season, but for her career. And for a 23-year-old who's already carrying the weight of being the WNBA's biggest draw, that's a risk she's not willing to take. Let's talk about that for a second. Caitlin Clark, the ultimate competitor, admitting she's holding herself back. That's not just discipline, that's growth. It's a reminder that even the biggest stars have to make tough calls. And when she says she's not rushing, you know it's not because she doesn't want to play. It's because she's playing the long game. But here's the question everyone's asking. What is the injury? And why is it so hard to pin down? Here's where the story gets murky. Clark didn't share the specifics of her MRI results, and the Fever haven't released a detailed medical report. All we know is that the injury happened during that Liberty game, and it wasn't some dramatic moment that stopped the game. There was no clutch and fall, no trainer rushing onto the court. Clark played through it, powered by adrenaline and her own relentless drive. But once the game ended, the pain set in, and it didn't let up. This is what makes her injury so intriguing and so frustrating for fans. It's not a broken bone or a torn ligament that you can point to on a highlight reel. It's the kind of injury that sneaks up on you, the kind that doesn't show up until the adrenaline fades and the body starts to tell the truth. Maybe it's a lingering issue that flared up. Maybe it's something new that caught her off guard. Whatever it is, it's serious enough to keep her off the court. And that's what's got everyone on edge. Think about it. Caitlin Clark's game is built on speed, precision, and relentless energy. She's out there running the offense, weaving through defenders, launching shots from deep. If something's off, even a little, it could throw everything out of whack. And for a player who's been so durable, so consistent, this is uncharted territory. She's never been sidelined like this, not in college, not in her young pro career. So what does that do to a player like Clark? How does it change her? Physically, Caitlin Clark is healing. She says she feels good, the rehab's working, she's hitting milestones, but the real battle, it's in her head. For the first time in her career, Clark's been forced to sit still. No practices, no game nights, no rhythm, just watching, waiting, and rehabbing. For someone as wired for competition as Clark, that's not just hard, it's brutal. She admitted it herself. "I'm not a very patient person," that's an understatement. Clark's the kind of player who lives for the grind, who thrives in the chaos of a fast break or the pressure of a clutch moment. Take that away, and you're not just taking away her game, you're taking away her identity. Practice isn't just a chore for her. It's where she sharpens her edge, competes with her teammates, and pushes herself to be better. Missing that, it's like cutting off her oxygen. I don't know about you, but I can't imagine Caitlin Clark sitting still for long. This is the player who broke every scoring record at Iowa, who's been carrying the Fever's offense as a rookie. And now she's stuck on the sidelines, watching her team play without her? That's not just a physical challenge, it's a mental marathon. But here's where Clark's different. Instead of letting the frustration take over, she flipped the script. She turned this setback into something else entirely. I don't know about you, but I can't imagine Caitlin Clark sitting still for long. This is the player who broke every scoring record at Iowa, who's been carrying the Fever's offense as a rookie. And now she's stuck on the sidelines, watching her team play without her. That's not just a physical challenge, it's a mental marathon. But here's where Clark's different. Instead of letting the frustration take over, she flipped the script. She turned this setback into something else entirely. So when is Caitlin Clark coming back? That's the million-dollar question. She's being reevaluated this weekend, and she says she feels good, but she's not circling any dates on the calendar. No countdown, no hype, just day by day, and that's got fans on edge. Tuesday's game against the Atlanta Dream is looming, and everyone wants to know, will she play? Technically, it's possible. She's making progress, hitting rehab milestones, and feeling better. But Clark's not making promises, and neither is her team. And honestly, that uncertainty is what's driving the conversation. Is the Fever being overly cautious? Is the injury more unpredictable than we realized? When even Clark doesn't know how she'll feel tomorrow, no one else does either. Here's the thing. Caitlin Clark's comeback isn't just about getting back on the court. It's about how she returns. This time off has forced her to grow in ways she never expected. She's been studying the game from a new angle, leading in ways she never had to before. When she steps back onto that court, she's not just bringing her scoring, her passing, her fire. She's bringing a deeper vision, a sharper edge, and a hunger that's only grown while she's been away. Caitlin Clark's injury isn't just a story about a player missing games. It's a story about resilience, about growth, about what it means to be a leader when the spotlight's not on you. For weeks, the rumors tried to define her, speculation about her health, her future, her role in the WNBA. But Clark didn't let the noise get to her. She stayed focused, stayed patient, and stayed true to herself. When she comes back, and she will come back, she's not just returning to the game, she's returning with something more. A better understanding of the game, a stronger connection to her team, and a fire that's been fueled by every day she's had to sit and watch. This injury didn't break her, it built her. And when she steps back onto that court, the WNBA better be ready. Because Caitlin Clark's not just coming back, she's coming back stronger. So what do you think? Is Caitlin Clark playing Tuesday, or should she take more time? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's get this conversation going. And if you're as hyped for her comeback as I am, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because when Clark returns, it's going to be must-watch basketball. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.